home shop never-ending struggle of trying to squeeze out every bit of available space. So I'm going to move the lathe over to where these tape marks are on the floor there. That should give me like 3 more inches. Okay, I know there's going to be jokes on that, but anyways. So squeezing in the new welder here. I'm moving the drill press. Just trying to come up with a little better plan here, guys. Well, that wasn't bad at all. It only took a couple minutes. And all I needed was a pinch bar, a plate to put on the ground, a couple rollers for the heavy end, and the tailstock end here. I just walked it right over with the pinch bar, so it wasn't bad at all. All right, so now I gotta verify that I like this location, and then if I do, I've got to re-level everything. I got the garage door open, so hopefully it doesn't blow out the video here too bad. So I've been rearranging, trying to reorganize a little bit here out in the garage shop. Been moving things around, and I think I'm going to go with this layout. I've tried different methods, flip-flopping the drill press and the arbor press and so forth. But I think I like this. I'm going to go with it. So what I got to do now is bolt down the drill press. So this side over here is okay the way it is. I'll just reuse these ears. They're up above the slab a bit. Originally I had nuts underneath, washers, and the nuts on the top, so I could, use it for leveling, jacking it up and down, which I'll probably do the same thing on this side. But over here, on this side, I got a clearance issue with getting the welder in and out. The wheels, I can get it in and out right now, but you got to finesse it just right. So I'm going to cut these ears off and put shorter ones on to give myself a little more clearance. And I think I'm going to just put these all the way down. I'm going to level it up first, and then probably leave a little room for adjustment, but I'm going to lower them down so they're pretty much flat to the floor, and back in a little bit. Here, let me just grab one of the other ones. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go something like that. So gives me another inch of clearance. The front isn't so bad, but back here in the back, it'll make a huge difference for getting the welder in and out. The other thing that I had to do was this shelf back here. It used to extend over almost to where that power outlet is. So I cut that shelf back, so eventually I'm going to get a full-size bottle, and I'll need the clearance up top here, to clear that bottle. So that was the other thing I did. So just a little backstory on this drill press. So this is obviously a stand-up model. Originally, my first drill press was a bench model, and the upper head here is part of that. So I had a bench model, and it's a 12-speed, and this is back when they were, hopefully you guys can see that, made in Taiwan. Okay, so they're the same one now is made in China, right? So I ended up with 2 of these. I bought another one from a yard sale, got it dirt cheap, and it was practically new. So it was a full height Chinese version. I had to step away for a second, guys. Another dog was walking by the front yard here, and this guy here, he thinks he's got to bark at all of them and try to run out at them. So had to go slow him down. Okay. So long story short, what I did is I took the best parts from both drill presses and made one drill press, Franken press. So I kept the column, the base from the Chinese full height drill press. The The table support arm is from the Taiwan drill press, but I like this T-slot table better than the one that was on my original, so I swapped tables. And then the motor on the Chinese one is a 1-horse motor versus a 1/4 horse on this one, on the original. And then this is a 12-speed. So I compared the two heads, and they're exactly the same, except this one's beefier. Even though it's a 12-speed versus the other one was a 16, there's actually more meat. The casting in this area here actually comes down further, much more support. So what I did is I also swapped over all the drive pulleys and everything, and got new belts. So now this is actually a 16-speed. And then of course I put the other one back together with the lesser parts, and ended up selling that one for I think $50 to a coworker. And full disclosure, I told him what it was. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, that's a story on this. And then I'm 6 foot tall, so it was a little short for me. So I got some, I think that's 5-inch square tube. And I just made a little riser rather than just having it sit right on the ground. It's a little more comfortable for me to use it that way. Okay, let me get busy on cutting these tabs off. So a buddy of mine gave me this little plasma cutter. It's a Reboot, and it's a cut 50. And I just turned it on and the display's not working. Well, I'm going to try it anyway and see if it works. Alright guys, I got the front one cut off. This thing's giving me a bad time. I would have been done an hour ago if I just grabbed the grinder with the cutoff wheel. Alright, we finally got the old ones cut off. I got the new ones laid out here ready to go. We did a little weld prep. So, I don't know what was up with that free plasma cutter. It worked good in the past, so I'm going to have to do a little work on it, see what's going on. And the display stopped working too, so I don't know. Well, at least it was a freebie, so I can't complain. Alright, I'm just going to stick weld these because we got paint, dirt, there's some cadmium plating on these little tabs, so I think stick welding is going to be the best. I'm just going to use some 6011, see if I can burn through all that garbage. Alright. Okay guys, hey, it's the next day. So I got these tabs welded on, and I got a little primer on there right now. These things were really pretty tough welding. We still had a little bit of cadmium plating left on those tabs, and the paint on here, I couldn't get it all off. So, plus standing on my head trying to weld this, not the prettiest, but it's not going to go anywhere. So I've got the rotohammer ready to go here. This side I'm going to use 3/8 anchors, and I'm going to have some shim washers underneath. I've got this fairly level right now, but I'll probably have to tweak it once I get the anchors in. And then this side over here, I'm going to go with the 1/2 inch. Since these tabs are still the original, and they need the, well, they were used as jacking mount, so you actually had a nut and washer underneath. So got the holes drilled. Hopefully I got them to the right depth. I think so. We're all bolted down, shimmed up, leveled. So I think we're going to call this a wrap. So the other thing I might do is, when it was over here in this location, I had some braces that I had made up that gave it additional support, and I had it anchored into the wall. I'll probably do the same thing, maybe come down here lower and tie into this shelf back here, you know, one brace on each side. Really makes a difference because these things are a little bit wobbly, and especially when you're drilling something heavy, you'll get some harmonics going. So that really helps a lot. So I'll probably do that, but for now I think we're done. I'm gonna roll everything back in here and continue rearranging stuff.
Much thicker. It's very deceiving how big this casting is compared to what they expect you to end up with. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sand down the edges. I'm going to put it on my belt sander.
This pocket is a little bit off, so I'm going to have to skew this just a little bit so it looks right. Still learning my way around that MIG welder, so a little bit of grinding was required, but I think it'll hold.
All of your schoolwork, so nobody's gonna have to yell at you.
Except the math, which I needed help with.